Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Greetings everybody, guys. Let's take a look again in the gold market. As you can see, situation barely has changed since the Friday, so we see some a bit wider trading range, but the market has closed very close to the open price and no direction has been chosen. That's really easy to understand because no solution on the Greece has come on the market. No price release was, and the negotiations have been postponed on the Saturday, and the deadline for the resolving of this Greece question stands on Monday. Well, guys, yesterday we have put our analysis on the Greece situation in the weekly research on the forex markets. So if you would like to read it, you could do this. Some thoughts have been posted there. And we think that Greece stands closer to announcing of the default rather than to agreement with the European Union. There are some reasons, some signs that we see. For example, the Prime Minister of Cyprus have announced that this probably will be the national referendum on the question of whether to accept the social reforms and contraction of the social spending that the European Union and the IMF demand from the Greece. And we think that if Greece is near agreement with the European Union and the International Monetary Fund, hardly the Prime Minister will put this question to the referendum. It means that they probably far from the final agreement, or there are some principal questions exist where both sides stand stably and do not want to make the step back on the resolving of this problem. So it seems that the compromise is very difficult for achievement, and this is the relative sign that probably Greece mostly think about the announcing of the default. So the agreement probably has come to the deadlock, and hardly something will happen because it's too long time ago when these negotiations have started. If this will be possible to come on any conclusion and come to some compromise, that probably already would be done. But right now we do not see this. That is relatively confirmed by the CFTC data on the recent week and SPDR strategy. So we see some increase in net long position and a speculative position is in a row with the growing on the open interest, and SPDR fund has reported on the inflows of approximately 6-7 tons per week. That's not really small inflow, not small inflow, and that really could be the sign that investors also do not believe much in some compromise, in some agreement. They put some assets to get the hedge in the case of the possible Greece default. At the same time, as this story, as this saga stands too long on the markets, the Greece default probably already partially is priced in the current level of price in the gold. That's why we think that if even Greece will announce the default and it's dead, it's probably will not lead to some drastic change in the long-term trend. Yes, market could show the upside action. This upside action really could be fast, but we think that as it will start fast, probably it will finish and end also fast. But the scale of this reaction could be different. For example, on daily time frame chart, trend is bearish. That's still our target based on this patient is 1160. But guys, if market will turn to the upside action, for example, could form this butterfly. This could be left wing, then could become the right wing. The market could achieve an area, for example, 1250 or something that sort. So let's measure it right. Again, the same, the 1250 area. This could be the reaction, for example, on the Greece default. That could happen. The smaller reaction could follow. If the reaction will be smaller, for example, market could form. We have discussed this on Friday. For example, market could show this upward action right to the weekly pivot resistance mark. It's approximately 20-25 bucks to the upside. And for example, somewhere in this area, market later could turn to the downside action again. So we do not think that this possible Greece default will be something really the turning point for the gold market, because the demand and the supply on the gold market mostly driven by the inflation. Yes, the periods of instability and some defaults of the countries that could support the upward action of the gold market. But to get the real trend on the gold market, we need real changing in the force balance on the gold market. But right now we do not see it. And one story, if the default will follow, for example, from the China or some really big economy. But when default is coming from the Greece that have the 300 billion euros on the back of the debt, and this is already so it's not, you should not be a genius to suggest that the Greece has the chance to default, especially after the such long-term negotiations that they have gotten with the European Union and IMF. So that's why we think that this could be the impact on the gold market. Market could show some rally, but this impact probably will be limited. Anyway, before to take any position, we call you to wait for the press release, because it will happen very fast. It will happen soon, and it should happen on Monday. So the one or another statement should be given. So that will be either the default, announcement of default, or that will be an agreement on the reforms, an agreement with the providing the help from the European Union. Before this will happen, we think it's better to not take any position.